Bonjour à toutes, bonjour à tous. Bienvenue donc pour cette nouvelle édition de nos fameux démodés, les présentations de fin d'année des étudiants d'Holberton. Pour cette session, on va avoir l'honneur d'assister à 4 présentations de 4 projets différents, des projets solo, des projets de groupe, donc des applications web, des applications mobiles, un petit peu de tout. Et aujourd'hui, donc, on est accompagné de 2 membres du jury. Donc, si vous voulez rapidement vous présenter en quelques mots.
Plaisir. Bonjour à tous, Mathieu Zuccali, élève en deuxième année à Holberton School, en alternance actuellement à Sophia Antipolis à Copwork, une petite entreprise qui s'occupe d'accompagnement envers d'autres entreprises à une nouvelle innovation technologique, c'est-à-dire qu'on accompagne d'autres entreprises à innover leur manière de fonctionner, avec tout ce qui est mettre en place par exemple des accompagnements à utiliser une ERP comme Odoo par exemple. Ou alors on produit aussi des solutions applications logicielles, voilà, comme application web. Et moi du coup je suis développeur full stack en alternance là-bas depuis maintenant août dernier. Voilà.
Bonjour à toutes et à tous. Donc moi c'est Paul. Je suis à mon compte depuis officiellement depuis 6 ans ou 7 ans. Dans la communication digitale, principalement création de site internet full stack, référencement et aussi partie graphisme avec création de logos, flyers, etc. Voilà, donc à mon compte depuis 6 ans, mais ça fait 20 ans un peu plus de 20 ans que je suis dans le développement web. Voilà.
Hop, super, merci. Donc on va pouvoir commencer avec la première présentation de Omar. Omar, c'est quand tu veux.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the jury, friends and colleagues, good morning. My name is Omar Ruigi. I'm a C27 student, and today I'll be presenting to you my C27 project. In this presentation, I'll be talking to you about a couple of stuff I did during my project. I will be telling you my roles, the features I did, the timeline, improvements, and such and such. During this project, I was working solo, so I had the honor of seeing every single aspect of my project and how a website should be built and it should be made. So I had the role of a project manager where I directed the development and planning and scheduling of the project. I designed the database and architected the schema. I was the front-end and back-end developer, and I also did the testing for my project. What is my project? So basically, my project is a website. It's for a local gardener, and it enables the customers to browse the services that the gardener offers. And it allows them to book appointment requests. And also, it allows the admin to see his appointments, manage them, add clients, and edit their info if needed, obviously. So some of the MVP features I had in my presentations are the authentication, the service requests, admin dashboard, and also the appointment calendar. For my application architecture, I have used separation between layers. I have made it so the user can make a request on the front end that eventually gets sent to the Flask API layer. And this API layer will send it to the service layer. Eventually, he will send it to the correct service, whether it's authentication, the email service, or the persistence layer. In this action, after it gets sent to the persistence layer, which is the repository, it will send a direct request to the SQLite database. This will eventually then send it back to the service layer, and then it will send it back to the front end. And that way it will be able to appear on the client or admin's dashboard. For the database architecture, I have had 2 types of users, which is the customer and the admin. So the admin is already seeded in, so he has already an account made up. And so this way he doesn't have to create it because it's only one admin. And also I had a customer, and this customer will be able to make appointment requests, and also he will be able to have actual appointments. So what have I used in this project? In this project, I use JavaScript and HTML, which means React. And also for the backend, I use Flask. For my database, I use SQLite, and then I also use JAWS authentication and REST APIs. I did 3 types of testing. I used Postman, PyTest, and SonarQube. For PyTest, I tested like my database and how everything works in it. And this is an example of how it worked. You can see here that I did 34 tests and they all passed. And basically, I also use Postman to test the API endpoints and to see how everything works and if it works correctly or not, and if I need to make any changements before actually going to the front end and linking the front and the back together. That way I can avoid not knowing where my problem is, if it's in the back or the front. When I test this way, I can see it's directly in the back end and I will be able to know where the issue is and I will be able to fix it. I also have used SonarQube. I used it so I can see if the quality of my code is good enough, if it has any issues, if I should fix some stuff. At first I had some issues, and then after working on them, I passed the quality check. And for me, this was important because it's an actual client and I would like to be able to give him a safe environment to work on. Here you can see I divided my Trello in 8 parts. So it was divided by 8 sprints, you can see here. And each sprint gets put into doing when I'm actually doing it, and then it gets put into done when I'm done with it. For example, here you can see how I divide them. You can see I put the type of work I'm doing there. I'm working on the back end, so I'm going to do these things. You can see probably here I have 2 stuff that I'm working on backend and security, and I would be writing what I put on it as well. So in this project, sorry, I have worked on it for 8 weeks, I think. At first, we think we have so much time, we think it's long, and we think we're good. But then after each week goes by, the time starts ticking, and the pressure starts to mount on us. So I started on the 1st of December. I kicked off my project with preparing ideas. I had different ideas for different websites. And on the 5th of December, I started the strategic plan. And then on the 8th, I started the technical design of how I want my website to be and what ideas I want to put. And then on the 15th, I developed the initiation. And in January, I started to implement the core features of my website and how I want it to be. And I started to do the coding and the architecture on the 12th. And around the 6th of March, I finished my code and I started testing. That way I can make sure everything works and everything is safe to be deployed and working. And on the 9th, I had my final refinement. And today is our presentation for the demo day. So now we will be able to see a live demonstration of my code. Here we can see we have 2 pages. This one is going to be for the admin. Here you can see we can sign up. And if we already have an account, we can just log in here. This one, I'm going to use it to show you how the admin works. So here we can already see I already have a dashboard, and this is the calendar. Here in this calendar, I have a test user. Basically, I can move him around like this. I can change his appointment. I have a client here that has, basically I have a double client, and I made sure I allow this feature because we do not know how many appointments a gardener will have. It's not like a hairdresser or a plumber or anything like that. The time is not specified. It can vary from an hour to a day to 3 days, a week, a month, we do not know. So I decided to allow the admin, which is the gardener, to control how appointments work. And this way he will be able to free up his time if he needs to, and he can have a double appointment. For example, he could go to the first customer during the day, the second customer during the evening or the afternoon, and this way he is free. Here we have a option to look by client. So if I want to find the appointments of a specific client, I can just type his name, and I can see how many appointments he has and if he has an appointment or not. Next we have on the list is the client slide. Here we can see this client, she hasn't activated her account, which means she didn't log in. So the admin has created her account, but she has not logged in yet. So the account is not active yet. This one is also a non-active account, but that's not for the same reason. It's inactive because we have two types of clients. We have the first type of client that has an active account. The other one has just an account made by the admin. That way he can give them appointments, because we have customers that can be elder and do not know how to use technologies. So this allows the admin to call the customer and give him the appointments. So here we are going to create a client. And this button is what enables us to either make the account active or non-active, which means if it has a login or it doesn't. So the client has been created successfully. We now should be able to receive an email. So apparently I've wrote the email wrong, and this was already planned as a feature. And since the email is wrong, the admin doesn't have to delete his account. So what he can do, he can just press modify, and we are going to be able to change the email to this. We're going to save, and that way we have changed his account and the email. And we also have the feature to delete the client as well, because sometimes you can make a client by mistake. And when you create him by mistake, you're not going to keep him in your database for nothing. So if the account is inactive, you can delete him. But if it's active, you can see here we cannot delete an active account. So right now we have received this email with a temporary password. We're going to go to our login page. One second. We're going to connect to a page, and then after you write the password correctly, you get sent to another page that you have to rewrite a new password, because obviously it's not safe to keep a password that is generated on an email. And then we have to log back in. Here we can see the website. Here we get sent directly to the home page. You can see the features the website has. Here we can see that the gardener, he does a 50% discount on gardening services. Here we see all the features he does. We could contact him. We see a before and after, like a picture of his work. Here, the button that we saw earlier, it takes us to this side of the page. Here we can see some actual Google reviews that are made by actual clients. So it will refresh every single time the clients they make a new comment. You can obviously see it here on this page. And we have a couple of ways to contact the customer, the admin, sorry. Here we can have a button that takes us to see our appointments. This one is to request an appointment. We also have them here at the top. Here we can see we have no actual appointments because we have not requested or been given an appointment. Here, so what we're going to do now is we're going to request an appointment. For example, we can request it for next week. Our address is home, and we can either write what we want to do or we don't really have to do it. It's an optional place. So here directly, as soon as we take an appointment, we can see it refreshes to 2. We're going to show you that again. It will refresh to 3. After a few seconds, it gets refreshed here. I hope so. Yes, it did. So we can see that we have some requests from our clients. So what we can do is we already have this address that is given by the client. So when the admin calls him to double check when he wants the appointment and when he is free, what he can do is he can double check his address and he's going to come home. We start first of all on the 28th, we finish on the 29th. It's just a 2-day job. And we can see here that this date has already been taken by a customer. So what does it do? It doesn't block us from taking the appointment. It actually asks if we are sure and if we really want to give this appointment. So we can go next to the back to our planning. We can see that we received an email here to confirm our appointment. And if we change it, we have changed our appointment. So yeah, we put the past date before the end, so that's not going to accept it. Okay, so basically we have changed his appointment, and now what should happen is he should receive another email with a confirmation. And basically this means that the appointment has been changed and he is all good. We could also delete it, and then he will also receive another email. And for the demonstration of the project, that's basically it. Next thing I'm going to talk about is the lessons learned. I have learned the big importance of planning my architecture early because I made a few errors on the architecture at first, and then when I had to redo it, I basically wasted some time. And planning my architecture early is really important. That way I can be organized and not have to do double jobs again. I also learned the importance of prioritizing security. So having hashed passwords and JOT authentications and everything like that enables me to have a secure work and website. And I also learned how to integrate React and JavaScript together and Flask, Python Flask together. For future improvements, I have actually quite a few before I deploy my website. I plan to transition from from SQLite to MySQL. I plan to use HTTP only cookies. That way I can improve the authenticity and authentication of the website. I will deploy Docker. That way I can have my work containerized in a place. And I will also use HTTPS security. I will enforce it across all the endpoints. That way I can have a safe and secure work. Here we can see a code example. We can see what happens when the user logs in. He will get sent to the home page. And when the admin logs in and the logging is true and he is the admin, he will get sent to the admin page, which has the calendar. And we can see all how like our endpoints get handled and everything like that. Here we can see how my REST points work, how the authentication works, how everything like that is dealt with. And we can see how we can actually delete appointments. We can see how we manage stuff basically. So in conclusion, I have made a full stack project. I've had the honor and chance to work on it all myself. This way I've been able to see how every part of my project works, and I've had the honor to learn a few stuff and improve myself along the way. I have integrated RESTful APIs, complex databases, and how the relationships works between databases, and also I implemented testing practices as well. So thank you for listening. I appreciate your feedback, your patience, and thank you very much.
Thanks, Omar. Do you have some questions?
I can ask you in English. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine for you. First, bravo for the
Thank you.
presentation. You spoke about, the method you use about like, organization of the project. You spoke about like sprints, but do you have the name of the method?
I use Trello,
Mm-hmm.
and basically this website has enabled me to, I saw it was pretty practical to use, and it was good, it was simple, and also I liked how I can divide my work, I can give it tasks, I can describe it, I can give it labels, and I thought it was a pretty interesting way to work.
Okay, and another question, since you worked alone, what was the most difficult part? Back end, front end,
Yeah,
the...
honestly, it was in the front.
Okay,
Because and the most difficult part is not even the front, it's finding solutions and ideas on how to do stuff. Basically, when you're working alone, it's only your opinion. It's good, but like sometimes you need a second opinion on how stuff is done. The issue I had at first was the appointment management. So I didn't really know how I could do it because, like I said, a gardener, he will not just have appointments by hour. He will have appointments that vary like days, hours, weeks, we do not know. So I tried to find some complex ideas. I should like do start time, end time, do stuff like this. But then I just thought it's better to just go the simple way and give the admin the full control of how he manages his appointment.
okay, great, thank you.
Thank you.
And for you MVP, did you like accomplished anything that you wanted
Sorry?
to for you MVP?
Yeah.
Did you accomplish everything that you wanted to do?
Well, I had everything I planned, I finished. But then the customer has asked me to create him a booking, not a booking, a bill service, yeah. This way, and he asked me pretty late, so I told him I'll just get it done as soon as I'm done with my presentation, and this way I don't ruin the code I had already done. So he wants to add a way to bill all his bills and put them with customers. That way, when he wants to go back to them, like in the future, he can just have everything in one place. Because right now he uses different stuff, like different websites. I think it's called SAP Gardening, something like that. And basically his work is everywhere. So what he wants is actually he wants to put all his work in one place. That way he can avoid having to change here, 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 and there, and have leaks and stuff like that. And it's just a mismatch.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Mm. When you add a new client, I saw you put first name and last name in the same field.
Yes.
Why did you do this choice?
It was just a choice, to be honest. I could have just separated them, but like sometimes like we just want to call the person by their family name or their name or their first name, or we can just put them in one field. Doesn't really change that much. It can just be put in one place. That way I can just see his full name and that's it. Because for example, me, I'm a foreigner. I haven't grew up here all my life. And in different countries, for example, we have the first name instead of the first name instead of second name. So the person, he can just call himself whatever they want. If he doesn't want to put his real name, he doesn't have to. He can just call himself by his nickname, and it's okay for me. Because like the gardener, he doesn't really need his name and his second name. He just needs something to call him by. If he wants to call himself a fridge, he can do that. He's free. So it was just a choice, to be honest.
Ok.
Thank you.
Moi, ça va être en français. Je vois que tu as une veste JR Jardinerie Paysagiste.
Oui.
Donc, ça veut dire que c'est une entreprise qui existe.
Oui,
C'est quoi l'histoire de cette entreprise?
Ben, lui, c'est mon cousin. Il a commencé une entreprise de jardinage et il m'avait demandé si je pouvais lui faire son site pour son entreprise. Et ben, j'ai accepté et j'ai décidé de le faire comme mon site de portfolio.
Trop bien. Et est-ce que tu l'as mis au courant des étapes? Est-ce que lui aussi, il a vu ce que tu as pu faire?
Ouais,
Qu'est-ce qu'il en pense?
il a mis tout ce que j'ai fait au moment. Il a dit, bah, quand j'ai fini, on va reparler sur les petites choses comme s'il y a des features qu'il veut changer, s'il y a des choses qu'il va changer. Par exemple, je vais lui ajouter le système de facturation et tout. Donc ça, quand on a fini ici, bah, je vais être avec le client et je vais voir qu'est-ce qu'il veut avec les détails.
Ok,
Comme ça, il est content avec tout ce que j'ai lui fait.
super. Merci. Est-ce qu'il y a des questions côté étudiant?
You choose to create a SQLite database, which can be a strange choice maybe, especially for production ready project. You plan to change to switch to MySQL.
Yeah,
It's
obviously.
okay. Why, according to you, why SQLite is not made for production ready project?
Okay, so basically, at first I decided to use SQLite because obviously it's a light version. It's going to be easier for doing this now on such a short time. But obviously, I plan to use MySQL. And why it's not as good to use SQLite? Because it's not as reliable. It's not as professional and elegant as the other stuff I could have used.
Une question étudiante? Et après, on passera sur le next. Ok, nice. Thanks, Omar. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hop, et on peut procéder au changement avec le groupe Presto. Hop, ok, donc cette fois, on va renchaîner du coup avec un deuxième groupe, et après on fera une petite pause petit déjeuner si vous voulez. Donc un groupe de trois cette fois-ci qui va nous présenter son projet Presto, quand vous voulez.
Hello everyone, thank you to be here today. We will present you our portfolio project, Presto. This presentation have 5 main points. So what is Presto? Our role during the development part, the steps we're following to make this project, and demonstration at the conclusion. So to beginning, what is Presto? Presto is a mobile application founded by two friends and developed by us that make a link between company and worker that allow company to create a mission to find the worker for emergency mission. During for this project, we were several at. For my part, I was the project manager, so I organized the way we create the application. Nikolai was the tech lead, so he helped us to choose and optimize the technologies used to make this application. And Aurélie was the project owner, so she was the link between users and developers. She translates users' need into a developer task. You can see on this task the four steps we're following to make this application. So to beginning, the ideation. So we made a meeting with the founder of Presto to identify how we can help us to solve the problem. After it, we create the technical documentation to identify which technologies used for this project and create the skeleton of our application. So I will let Nikolai explain to you this part.
Yes, for our tech stack, we chose modern and reliable tools. The whole project is written in TypeScript because it's well structured and scalable. For the backend, we chose Nest.js and we connected to a PostgreSQL database using Prisma ORM, which make managing data very easy. For the mobile application, we used React Native with Expo. This allowed us to build the app for both iOS and Android using just one code base. Save us a lot of time. So here is the architecture of our database. Keep data secure and organized. We used strictly separated user role. Every person has a central user account when which them linked either worker profile or a company profile. The main action happens around the job or and the job offer. For a company create a job mission and the worker create a job offer. This clear structure helps us manage statuses easily. Because we have two completely different types of user, we use the tiered user experience. As you can see on the screen, company and the worker have a different dashboard. Company focus on the managing their jobs posts and checking application, and worker focus on seeing their calendar, updating their availability, and finding new shifts. This separation makes the app very clean and intuitive. Users only see the tools they actually need for their specific role. And during the development phase, our goal main is build a minimum viable product or a MVP. We strictly followed our roadmap. We didn't want to get to get lost in small details. Um, we work in the we worked in weekly sprints, focus only on the essential features, like create accounts, post the jobs and applying for them. So now I will tell Julian for explain our roadmap.
Thank you. On this slide, you can see in which order we made our application. So like we said at the beginning, we found the ideation. So we made a meeting, like I said, with the founder to identify what we can made for her. And after it, we made a project charter. So we created documentation to identify which features is useful for the application and for our future users, and which is less. After it, like Nikolai said, we made the technical documentation. So that part is very important because that helps us to the development part. So that the next step, the development part, we made the features and all functionalities of the application, and we test it. In reality, is maybe the same part because when we create the features, we test it in the same time. So it's the same step. And after it, we made the project closure. So we made a project review and a team review and prepare the presentation for today. So the last step is the development part. So I will let Nikolai explain to you some features we made.
Yes, so here is a screen for backend code. This is a job service in the Nest.js. In the create method, the system first check if the user make request actually a valid company profile. If they do, it save the job in the database using Prisma. So we used strong typing and proper error handling, like throwing a not found exception if if company doesn't exist. And we we users no, excuse me. And for this screen is screen for front end in the React Native. This is a special specific screen for create a company, create profile company. We used components keyboard avoid view and scroll view for make sure the works up in smoothly on smaller phone screen when typing. We also use dynamic form for to keep our code clean. When the user click the create button, it show it show leading state to the to give immediately feedback. It's all about smooth user experience. So now I will let Orly for show you our application in little video.
Thank you. So now I will show you how the application works. At first, you can log in or create an account. For this demonstration, we create an account company and account worker. After that, you create your profile with your information or information of our company. There are two interfaces depending on a role, with a dashboard, create or search job, and a profile. So the company create a job with a description, date, and hours, and a worker can search a job with a filter by salary, location, or name a job. When a worker postule, company received an advertisement, and it can reject or accepted the worker. When the mission is finished, each part can put a review with a rate and optional comment. And each part can see the review from other parts in history. And we can log out. During the development of our application, we meet challenge. The first challenge was to update the data in real time on the interface without reloading page. The solution was to use a React query with the use query and the use mutation hooks. So after each action, the data in the cache is invalidated with the invalid query, which automatically updates it. The second challenge was to secure the authentication process because a classic token with an expiration time is a risk if stolen. So the solution is we have set up a system with two tokens, a short-lived access token and a refresh token stored in the database backend. So when the access token expires, the application automatically requests a new one with the refresh token. We have achieved more than half of objectives we set for ourselves. All important features have been developed for the application. Our application targets companies and workers in search of short contracts. And during our retrospective, we realized we didn't take a time to prepare and write documentation before the development of the project. And in conclusion, with this project, we learned a lot of tech, and we learned application design in real condition, following a methodology learned at school. Thank you for listening.
Okay, thanks. Thank you very much. Do you have some questions? I will ask the first one. In the phone, so in the client side, where is the access token? Where is it stored? Because you said that refresh token is in the database.
Yes.
Where is the access token?
The access token is stored in a phone of a user. For Apple is a key store.
Okay. And for Android, did you manage for Android?
No.
Okay. Maybe because you use Expo, you could use Expo Secure Store. because it's a good solution to make it secure. Okay. Mathieu, Paul, maybe?
Already, like, thanks for the presentation. I liked the use of 10 stack query. I used also it in my company. Use query mutation, use all of these things. This type of hooks are really useful because they keep data in cache and you can reuse it like without doing the operation. I saw a little bit of your code. Also, when you fetch companies, at some point, maybe later prefer a try catch, for better handling the error of instead of just the if not companies, I will do this because you won't know if you have like an error from somewhere you don't know, you won't be able, sorry, to catch the precise error, and you won't be able to search from where it is. That's what I was told too when I arrived in a company to better use try catch or try, except that depends of the language that you use. But great presentation.
Thank you.
That's great.
Um, You made the choice to save a SIRET or phone number in your database as a string type. This is a good choice, but why? Because phone number is our numbers.
Honestly, we made this choice because it was more simple for us to manipulate the thread like it.
Mhm.
But I maybe we have a lot of other reason to have made it, but we don't know.
No, to manipulate, yes, it's okay. And for the phone number,
For the phone number,
yes. Why is it better to save it as a string?
I don't know.
So it was by chance? A good choice by chance?
Maybe. But maybe we made some search about it. If we have another thing to know about it.
Je dois donner la réponse ou pas? Ah, ok. Because so to manipulate it, it's easier, okay. But for a phone number, for instance, you have foreign phone numbers which start by plus. So the plus is not a numeric character, so string is better for that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
So apply like rejects, like pattern respect on string. That's very like more common, and that's better for this case.
Yes. Okay.
And you can handle parentheses.
Mm.
Guy use a plus 33 with parentheses, you can use, I don't know, for example, a regex, regular expression, or depends, and you can handle parentheses n plus.
Right. And there will be maybe spaces.
Yes. Okay.
I have one. Thanks. You used Nest.js. In the first year, you don't use Nest.js. How did you manage to learn a new technology in 8 weeks of code? You were 3. How did you manage to use it? Did you use, for example, AI to learn new concepts? Did you use the official documentation? Did you use some tutorials? I don't know, to learn Nest.js.
Okay, you can play. Go. So to beginning, we made we learned and read the documentation, the official documentation, and after it, to be sure everyone have the same base, we made our own documentation by what we understand, and after when we made some more some special thing. for our application using Nest. We ask something at the AI, but the foundation of our learning phase was the external videos and official documentation of Nest.
Okay. Did you like working on this project? Did you show to your client
Yes.
the result? Did he like it?
Yes.
Okay, nice. Okay, congrats, Nicolas and Aurélie for your English. Right? When you see you on the first day in Holberton, great. Congrats. Je vous propose donc une petite entracte de 5 minutes environ. Et en attendant, le prochain groupe peut s'installer. Merci à tous. Ok, donc on est reparti avec Warren et OSF. C'est quand vous voulez.
So, hello everyone. Today I'm so happy for the creation of the social network board game hub. The summary of this presentation. For the start, I present the team and the introduction. After this project, what is it? The technical documentation, and for the finish, the demonstration. But after, my name is Warren. I have 25 years old. I am the backend developer, and that's my peers.
Hello, my name is Wasef. I am a front-end developer for this project. Board Game Hub, what is it? It's a network platform for the board game player. The principal service is create event, be a player or board game for the player.
The project process. This project, after to talk Wasef, I constantly is very difficult for the player like the board game. The research this person is like the board game. After this constant, I create the team, the information, and allocate the task for this project. And I go to develop we go to develop this application and the future. And today we go to demonstrate this project.
This is the planning for project. In the first week, we create the team and the brainstorming idea. For the second week, I create planning project for project planning. And after this, we made technical documentation for MVP development. After MVP development, we testing this and after present project and today is demo day.
For this project, we use the Trello. That's the Trello for this project. It's separate in 6 columns. The first column is for the task. You have the section of the task. Example, you have organization and structure of repo. You have the task for database, and you have the task for backend and the frontend. After the create the task and assign the task in the sprints, we have the 5 sprints repart in the 5 week. And that's the technical documentation. For my part, for the backend, I use the Python because that's for me the good language for the develop backends. I use the Flask. And for the database, I use MySQL and SQL Alchemy because I need more relation in my database. And I use external service, Cloudinary and OpenCage.
For the front-end, I use React, JavaScript, and Sits for the project. This is the architecture of the project. It represents the different relations with the application. This is one example of front-end code. It's for managing of the creation event.
And that's one test for in my code. That's the integration this API, OpenCage. This API is used for the convert the données, the localisation in the données GPS. And that's the diagram, the database. This diagram represents all the tables and all the relations in my database. For example, you have tab user. That's the center of my database. All relation is it passed for this tab. And you have, for example, the user and the profile. You have a relation one-to-one. This relation communique in one sense, and that's it. Du coup, the demonstration in the board game. You have the count, for example. You have the connect is the count. That's home page. You have the feed and all this post in the people. For example, it's possible to post the comments or to delete the comments. You have other example. You have home friends. It's possible add or delete the friends. For example, you have 3 friends. You are supposed to delete Megan. And imagine you have a request in it's a friend. It's possible to add this friend, and after you are new friends. You have page events. That's the main event this project. It's possible to create events for the game. You have example WhatsApp create a game. You type it. After select game. After select localization. After select date and time. After it's possible to select the player and the description. And it's possible to add the fichier or image. And you go to create events. Hop. And for the people who don't research the event, it's possible to type events in barre de recherche bar. That's events. That's the events. And after you have a page of game, that's a library of all game this project. And after you have a page profile. This simple, that's just edit the profile, describes and change the photo profile, the picture profile. And that's it for this moment. And it's possible to create account normally. For this project, the challenge for this project is very, very big. For my part, the first challenge is the research and integrate good API. It's very, very difficult, but I use 3 API, but one API is not good finally. I use OpenCache and Cloudinary and Board Game Atlas, but Board Game Atlas is the server is finished. It's not possible add. I have the challenge for the relation in my database is very, very difficult. The solution is the diagram. That's a game changer for me. And the other challenge is the branch and the code in my GitHub, in GitHub.
For my part, the big challenge, the most hard challenge for me, it's managing the picture profile in the front code. The solution, I manage this for from data, not for JSON. This is a matrix of the project, and it represents the stat of the project, number of database, line of code, and the test number of tests for. After this project, I lesson learn more learn.
Personally, I learned the choice and implementation API. I learned create good documentation for the project. I learned the good gestion in branch and the team and the good gestion the communication.
For my part, the most important lesson I learned it's manage a group. It's not easy, and learn React code, enfin React technology.
And for conclude, it's a very, very good experience. It's not a simple project. We have more idea for ameliorate this project. It's a very, very, very difficult project, and but very, very good experience. I like this, and thank you for all, thank you for the people help me and Wasef, and thank you for Remy and Samia for that's it. No.
Okay, thank you guys. So I saw you work on this project since December, I think. I saw a lot of things with your group. What was the most challenging part? Because you faced many challenges. What was the most challenging? You said, oh, maybe we are in the, maybe. What was the most challenging part?
Group management is difficult to communicate. The task assigned, the branch, and the gestion of time. That's a big challenge.
Yes,
for the
time
first,
management. Yeah.
Yes.
And how did you handle, comment vous gérez, the pressure? Because you faced many bugs, for example, with the database or something like that. How did you handle the pressure of time? Because time management, yes, it was a challenge, but what did you do? You said, oh, AI will do all my work, or I will work at night, or how did you?
Pressure? What is pressure? No. For the pressure is very difficult. For this project, I don't sleeping more and just learn more documentation. And I use IA for learn all idea, and that's it for me. And for myself, that's it for me. For me.
Okay, this application is a good idea because I don't play board games. I don't know board games, but I would like to discover it. And I saw that many people loves board games. I was surprised that when I saw the number. So what are the next features of your website?
More feature. For start, simply like and comment the post the people. That's important. Other feature, more game, the messagery, and I have other idea. Just the profile, yes, the profile. Add more functionality. For example, add the favorite game in the profile.
Okay. Maybe one advice, one tip I can give you for the next application. People, especially those who plays board games, love games. So maybe it would be a good idea to gamify the application, maybe by giving some awards, badges. For example, if you play one event each week, you can have a badge, a super player. I don't know.
Yes,
But
yes,
gamify
yes,
could be a
yes,
good idea.
that's yes.
Je peux répondre
Yeah.
En fait, une des features que je voudrais rajouter plus tard, justement, c'est le fait de mettre des badges et des notes aux joueurs. Pour, en fait, vu que le but principal, c'est d'organiser des événements, bah, c'est un peu bah, de permettre aux gens de voir qui rejoint l'événement, bah, de voir un peu ce qu'il a accompli, à quoi il joue, et surtout de voir si c'est quelqu'un, on va dire, qu'on peut inviter chez soi, parce qu'il y a des gens, ils vont sûrement créer des événements chez eux, pas forcément dans des barrageux. Du coup, rajouter des badges, des notes ou des commentaires au profil des gens, ça permettrait un peu de faire une sélection de ah ben lui, ça a l'air d'être un peu quelqu'un de. Voilà quoi. Et ça permettrait un peu de rendre le truc un peu plus sélectif et de savoir en fait un peu comme fait Blablacar
Bien sûr.
ou Airbnb. Airbnb, exactement.
Oui, mettre des badges vraiment pour
Exactement.
attester de la fiabilité de la personne.
Exactement.
Très bien. Je vous ai déjà assez posé de questions techniques auparavant, donc je vais
Ça, vous aimez mes questions.
Ok.
Du coup.
I can ask you in English or in
Yes.
French. Okay. If you want, I can switch in French if you want.
Si je- That's good.
Okay, I will try in English, but after we'll talk in
Yeah.
French if you want. If you have one thing to change in your like methodology of working during like these past weeks, what would you change if you have like one thing to improve? If you have an idea. Communication.
Yes, more communication and select good peers.
Okay. Yeah, of course. Yes.
And you know, you are learning code. You code since 1 year, so you are beginners. We can say that you can code, but when you are learning a new tech while doing a new project, you can do sometimes peer coding. You didn't do peer coding sometimes to solve complex issues. For example, if Warren faced big issues, it could be nice to have Wasef on their side to say, okay, we will code together to fix the issue. Could be nice. Samia, Mathieu.
Did you have like a page, on the life cycle of the project? Because you showed the sprint, but you don't have like week 1, week 2, or did you have it? Because or not?
The first time the Trello, yes, but after I delete this.
Ouais.
Yeah.
No need. Yes, I just want to see it back, please. Just because. Okay, great. Okay,
Ah,
thanks.
yes, and the Trello is not complete because it's so big, but yes.
Okay, great. No, that's all.
Omar, last question? No?
Yes.
Last question, yeah.
Okay, congratulations. The presentation was very good.
Thank you.
My question is for both of you, so both of you answer. What was your favorite part of the code, and what was your favorite part of the project?
For my part is database. I like that create the database and create the relation in the tab and for myself.
So even you faced issues, it was your favorite part. Nice.
Database for the win.
For me, this project it's my IG, and for my part, I love fall project, all project.
Okay, thanks, guys. Congratulations. On va donc laisser le dernier groupe s'installer. Quand vous voulez, les gars, on vous écoute.
So, hi everyone, I'm Michael. Sorry. I'm Michael, C27 from holberton School Fréjus, and the project manager and the front-end developer.
And I'm Fernando, I'm the backend developer, C27 and C27 holberton School.
So today we're presenting Mnesia or Amnesia, what do we want? Cross-platform mobile application for iOS and Android, designed to help elderly person, people manage their daily reminder with the support of their caregiver. We deliver the version 1.1.8. You can check the app at www.nesia.app. The problem we're solving is simple. It all starts with a simple question: how to look after loved one, even from a distance. Elderly people forget important daily tasks, and the caregiver have no easy way to send reminders without forcing their loved ones to create an account. The elderly user doesn't need an account at all. They're paired with a simple 6-digit code, receive push notification, and can respond with done reminder later or enable.
For the technical architecture, for the front end, we use React Native because it's a cross-platform, and I18 Next for the translation. And for the backend, we use Python with Fast API for APIs, PostgreSQL for database, API Scheduler for the notification worker for push notifications, GWT for the tokens, and PyTest and Jest for all automated tests, and Docker Compose for containerization. In the backend, we use 4 parts. We have APIs. After that, we have the schema, pedantic schema, and facade and a repository. So this is the class diagram. So we have a caregiver who manages the user. He can create a reminder, because they have a statue and all statue. Caregiver creates a pairing code for the join table between caregiver and user. He also creates a push token model for the device token, and we also have reworked token for security, and he's been cleaned every hours. And this one is a ER diagram, so it's a database diagram.
The project unfolded over 4 months across 5 phases, from initial idea to final presentation. It starts with 2 weeks of framing, forming the team, locking the concept, and aligning on high-level plan. December was then dedicated to the technical documentation, defining the architecture and key choice before writing a single line of code. January through early March was the main development phase, structured around sprints with regular reviews. The development was organized into 4 sprints on a Trello board, from core MVP to pairing and reminder, user action, and finally polish and deploy. Each sprint had a defined scope, clear priorities, and closed with a review. This structure kept the team aligned and ensures steady, predictable progress all the way to the demo day with no last-minute scramble.
So we're gonna do a demonstration.
For everyone see the demo, I remote it on the screen. So when we start, we are on the welcome page. You have two type of users. Sorry, my phone is on French. You see on French too.
So you have it in
You have the user, the LG person, and the caregiver for helping them. So we need to create an account. For today, we call him test because it's original. Sorry, you don't see. For the password, we need to put 8 characters with number and special character and a capital. If we can show if we don't make a mistake. I make a mistake. So up. So I create my account. Say okay. We redirect to the login. I put the password. I choose. I verify. The connection, it's okay. Now we have the dashboard. When you can create a profile, create a reminder, you have 3 tabs for the caregiver. So we can show all the reminder created by the caregiver. You have the profile just if you want, for the moment, change the first name and the last name. For example, I'm called test1. I register. You can see test1, test for the first name and the last name. I return to the dashboard. I create one profile. I call him like my mate, Jordan Mizo. Up. He was born 2 days later. And I create the profile. We are redirect to the pairing code.
So for the user part, I need to click on it. I need to enter the pairing code. So it's it can be a letter or number. And it's on the dashboard. So I can click on it here for refreshing a new reminder or emergency calling here, depending of the regions who you are and the language of the phone. So my phone is in English, so all numbers in English, but it's the French number because I'm in French. So Mika gonna create a reminder for my part.
So the profile was created and pair. I take my profile created on the list. Today you take your medication and on just test, you can put a message like for maximum 255 characters, because if I make plus, the front was completely broken. So it was like at this time and confirm, and as you can see,
and I have it here. And I can click on it because it's not this time. And at 11:50, I'm gonna have a notification. We're gonna see it later.
yes. So when we're waiting the time, I cut the remote. My mate say you if he received the reminder. The one challenge was handling notification reliably. We solved it by building server-side API scheduler worker to manage the full scheduling and delivery lifecycle. Another was the date and type picker, because if you choose the standard library, you have not the same date and type picker on iOS and Android. And we prefer to make it the own for the uniform about cross-platform.
For the backend part, we have the tokens management because we have one login token for user and one for caregiver, and one token devices token for push notifications, for one for user and one for caregiver. So we have 4 tokens. And the second part is secure authentications because we hashed password in the database, and we also put a rate limiting in the logging page for dodge spamming logging for try to hack it.
And the three key lessons shape how we built Amnesia. The first, clean layered architecture, separating API, schemas, facade, and repository, made the code base easy to extend with low risk change. And the second was a continuous testing strategy, writing test alongside features rather than at EDN. And the third, a clean Git workflow using Git flow and conventional commits, keeping our history readable and hotfix easy to track.
So this part is the coding backend. So on the left, we have the token management. So it's the token who pushed in database for the devices token, for keep a devices token for push notifications easier. And on the left, we have the worker. So it's the module who do the push notification. So you have 4 jobs. The first notifications, if no response, he sends 5 minutes later second notifications, and 5 minutes later to the caregiver a third notifications, and he also clean up database like for here the record token.
For the front end, I input the refresh trigger, a counter that increment to trigger or refresh in every screen, listening to it. And the is refreshing, it's for a boolean to show a spinner while we're reloading. Like you pull down for reload, you have the little icon for the loading. And the use refresh is the utility hook to access the context with that boilerplate. And the second is the GWT-based wall routing. It's for when the store token is decoded to read its payload. The payload contains the first name, and with that, we know it's the regular user, the elderly person. Otherwise, he call get current user. The caregiver professional was redirect to his dashboard, and the user redirect in his user dashboard.
Some metrics about the app. So we print 19 user stories, and we complete 19th. We do 386 tests, automated tests, and too much manual tests. We also do 31 endpoints, API endpoints, and around 22,000 line of codes. So we do all we want to do. So we're clear. Thank you for this presentation. And if you want to try it, you can download it on TestFlight for iOS and the APK for Android. And I'm gonna have the notification. 1 minute. So do you have some questions?
Thank you for listening.
Okay. Okay. Notification. Okay. See the.
So I like here, so take notifications with the descriptions, and if I can click on it, I have here for put done, reminder later, or enable.
If you put reminder later, you have the reminder was later 5 minutes, and you take the cycle, the complete cycle, the T1, the T0, the T1, and caregiver if not response.
And if I click on done, if it's done,
and as you can see on the caregiver, I refresh, the reminder is done.
You have here.
And you can consult just the reminder above the profile.
Okay, nice guy. My first question is, so your app is deployed,
Yeah.
not on the store for now, because you have to do some verification and some check. But it's on TestFlight and you can download the APK. So where is the API deployed?
The API was deployed on Hostinger. We have the, if you want, I've containerized on the Hostinger. I use the panel deploy because I check on YouTube tutorial for use it. more simply, all my projects about the front was containerized on the hosting earth.
Okay, and can anyone access your documentation?
No,
Okay.
because I put in on my domain, but I see when I type the URL, I can access automatically to the doc. So I put an authentication for private this part of the project.
Okay. Question, Mathieu?
Merci. First, congratulations. Good,
Thank you.
good presentation. That's more of a question like of not the technical side, but from this idea, because this is a very heartwarming idea. Did you have the inspiration from someone or something else?
If I can be honestly, the first project, the first idea where I have, sorry, it's just an application to, if you go to the shop, you can put your list, you take banana or another article, okay? And when you scan the code bar or you take the photo the article, your checklist was checked automatically. But I proposed the project on the jury for the C26, and he said, no. No, I think I have the chance to be here and see, I think, 2 more demo day, and I never see a human project. And I talk with my wife, and I want to create something. I think all of you want to make a trace on the world, and I search an idea to maybe make a trace about my friend and me on the world with this app. And we are all confronted to an elderly person, for example, someone maybe here need to have someone who was a lost memory problem or Alzheimer, and I think it's a better way to try to help this person.
Okay.
But it was the simple idea I have. I talked it about my teammate, and he said, "Okay, let's go. We go to make this a portfolio."
Yes. Great idea. Do you have like some project for this in the future? Would you like to?
Yeah, we're gonna have some new feature like currency. For example, so we can only create in one date. So we want to do every Monday or like this. We also want to add, if it's possible, to connect with the watch, for example. Or if someone go out outside of the hour we can go out, the caregiver gonna have a notification. So he go out to go check or with the geologue.
We have lots of features when I can, when we can make it on the project, but it's near to the medical, and we need to be sure to legally to impose this feature on this app.
Yes, and for like other people, you know, they don't have phones for some of them, and like you talked about like watch, and that will be a good feature because you know, if someone don't have phone and they have like some memory loss like Alzheimer or something else, you have like this small watch that could like send notifications to remind the person.
Like all time I
great.
said, the problem is the technology can't resolve all the problem.
Of course.
We can't resolve this problem if the person haven't a smartphone or another technology or tab, because he work on tabs. And honestly, because if you prefer, I create a reminder for you, say take the medication, but I'm not with you for proof if you are really take the medication.
Of course.
So I think it's a good way for helping person, but like I say, the technology can't resolve all the problems of the world.
It has its defaults,
Yes.
like everything, of course. Okay, but that's
Thank you.
While you created your account, you made a mistake at the password,
In front, we have a validator.
Yes.
Check about the restriction who my friend make on the back. If I put a wrong information, you have directly for the user experience the message, the password is wrong, but not is an error message general. You can say, you can see if you have the wrong email or it's just the email was ever used for prevent hacker and another attack. And for the back, my friend can respond about this if you want.
Okay, but in the front, what could you do to improve the UX, UI experience,
For the
especially
UX,
for the password?
for the UX, I input for the forms. I have the inline error message, and for some screen we have a modal. You have a modal pop up on the screen
Yes.
with directly the message on the.
But it's before typing.
Before typing.
How
No,
the user knows the contents of the password?
When you call the API.
Yes, but you say the password needs to have 8 characters?
Yes, it's parameter on the backend.
Yes, but the user.
The user.
How does it know it?
Yes, it's not. I understand your question. Sorry, it's not I haven't all the user experience because my problem on when you create an application, you need to thinking about what do you want to input because you have a little screen. So no, I haven't. Before you typing your password, you have not the information about you need to put 8 character, capital, character special. It's only when you type and you call the API, you know you have a problem.
Yes, but is it the best choice?
Yes, it's the best choice. I think I know.
Why?
Yes, it's the best choice, but. I don't know. It's not my priority about when I create the front for the moment. But I need to make this before lots of the steps.
Tu es d'accord en fait avec le fait qu'il manque.
Ah oui, oui, bien sûr, oui, c'est la réponse, oui, bien sûr.
Alors je pense c'est d'avoir eu le temps peut-être de mettre les caractères.
Alors c'est même pas que j'ai. Oui. Alors c'est même pas que j'ai pas eu le temps, c'est qu'honnêtement, en fait, j'ai pensé à tellement de choses que les choses les plus simples, je les ai oubliées. Je les ai oubliées. En gros, c'est prévu, mais pas en temps voulu. Donc c'est vrai que l'utilisateur, quand il arrive, il sait pas. Tant qu'il n'a pas tapé, et je pense qu'une personne qui est perte de la patience. Pardon?
Avec ta version là d'aujourd'hui,
oui.
S'il met moins de 8 caractères, ça met juste un message d'erreur.
Alors ça met un message d'erreur inline.
Qu'est-ce qui doit changer?
Si. Alors en fait, vous avez. Je peux continuer en français, ça vous dérange pas? C'est pas que j'ai du mal avec l'anglais, mais j'ai le cœur qui va exploser du coup. En fait, vous avez à chaque étape, donc il y a le validator qui va checker selon ce qui va manquer dans le mot de passe. Donc j'ai fait des tests en fait où j'ai commencé par faire uniquement 6 caractères. Donc là, il me disait il faut 8 caractères. J'ai fait 8 caractères, sauf que j'avais pas mis de majuscule, ni de caractère spécial, ni de chiffre. Donc j'ai fait mes 8 caractères, il me dit il manque un caractère spécial. J'ai mis un caractère spécial, j'ai retapé, il manque la majuscule. J'ai remis la majuscule. Vous voyez, donc c'est pour ça que c'est bien d'avoir l'information avant. J'en suis tout à fait d'accord, je n'ai pas pensé sur le moment. Et à la fin, c'est bon. C'est un peu comme en fait, je pensais à un petit jeu d'énigmes pour le formulaire.
Sauf que vous avez bien arrêté le meeting, donc le gars se doit bien ou deux.
Dans tous les cas, voilà, c'est ça. En fait, je pense qu'à un moment donné, quelqu'un qui a autant de patience que moi, l'application, il va faire un install et puis il va dire merci, au revoir. Mais oui, je pense, oui, ça va. D'ailleurs, merci pour le petit feedback, parce que c'est vrai qu'on ne pense pas forcément à tout. On essaye de faire au maximum, pas, je dirais parfait, mais presque. Forcément, là, on est sur une bêta, donc en test flight. Donc, ce qui est pas mal, c'est on a proposé et on nous a proposé de pouvoir tester, même en cyber, vraiment de faire péter l'application. Et puis, même des personnes, mes collègues ici dans l'école pourront tester, ou même vous-même, vous avez la possibilité de le tester. Et nous, qu'on puisse récolter les feedbacks pour qu'on puisse lancer un projet carré et propre, et pourquoi pas, avec de la chance, que ça fonctionne.
L'idée est bonne en tout cas.
Merci beaucoup.
Franchement, ouais.
Je pense que les prochaines étapes, on en avait déjà parlé, hein, ce serait d'aller voir à côté des incubateurs ou des petits concours de pitch.
Oui,
Ils prennent tout type de projet. Un incubateur, lui, ce qu'il veut, c'est un potentiel, mais le domaine, bon, ça dépend. Des fois, il y a les appels d'offres, des fois, non. Mais essayez d'aller voir, toquer aux portes, hein. On est quand même dans le sud. Certains pensent que dans le sud, il n'y a pas trop de tech, mais c'est faux, hein. Sofia, c'est quand même une technopole de dingue.
oui.
Nice, il y a des choses qui sont faites. Marseille, il y a des choses qui sont faites. Même Toulon, on en trouve quand même. Donc, allez voir côté des incubateurs, ça peut être intéressant. Ok, des questions? Côté étudiant? Non? On est good? Eh bien, merci à tous.
Merci beaucoup.
Pe- Peut-être ce qui peut être intéressant pour terminer, pour le mot de la fin, ce serait peut-être côté jury, puisque bon, bah, Mathieu, qui était à leur place il y a encore quelques temps, qu'est-ce que vous avez pensé? Même Paul, c'était ta première expérience. Voilà, peut-être en quelques mots, qu'est-ce que vous avez pensé de la session? Est-ce que vous avez des choses, des idées à améliorer? Est-ce que aussi vous avez peut-être apprécié, je ne sais pas si vous avez eu le temps de les consulter, le fait qu'on vous envoie, est-ce que ça c'était une nouveauté, qu'on vous envoie la documentation un tout petit peu en avance? Euh, voilà, qu'est-ce que vous avez pensé?
Je comprends ça pour le coup. Pour avoir été à votre place il y a très peu de temps, je sais à quel point c'est compliqué. Et bravo, parce que franchement, vous êtes une cohorte très prometteuse. Voilà, je regarde tous, mais
Merci.
franchement, bravo à vous. C'est pas facile comme exercice de se retrouver dans autant de monde et de parler en une langue qui n'est pas celle enfin, de naissance, quoi. Donc c'est très compliqué. En tout cas, pour le format, bah, c'est mieux qu'avant. Je trouve que la notation faite comme ça directement, c'est largement mieux. Même si je trouve que, bon, petit point, c'est que peut-être plus de temps entre chaque oral, tu sais que c'est margin limité pour mieux noter, mieux mettre de commentaires, pour expliquer pourquoi on a mis tant de points, tant de points, tant de points. Voilà, mais hormis ça, c'est beaucoup mieux pour bah, du coup avoir noté sur l'instant pour directement bah, voir, parce qu'il y a beaucoup de trucs sur la présentation, sur les slides, machin, voir les informations en face de nous directement, puis je peux mettre les noter, je trouve ça vraiment bien comme format. Et ça prépare aussi du coup au milieu bah, l'entreprise, quoi.
Mm.
Voilà, c'est quelque chose. Puis de parler en anglais, c'est forcément, parce que vous êtes associé Antipolis, par exemple, bah, il y a beaucoup d'entreprises qui. Leur langage, c'est l'anglais. Vous allez à Amadeus, bah, là-bas, ils parlent anglais, quoi. Donc voilà. Donc je trouve que c'est vraiment un bon format et encore bravo.
Merci beaucoup.
Bah moi, pareil, hein, je rejoins Mathieu sur l'idée d'un poil plus de délai peut-être entre les présentations, si c'est possible techniquement. Après, pareil, je trouve le format génial. Alors, vous en avez peut-être pas spécialement conscience parce que bah, quand on passe, on est la tête dedans, donc on s'en rend pas forcément compte. Mais moi, je trouve que c'est une vraie chance d'avoir ce genre d'exercice, d'avoir cette opportunité-là au sein de l'école. Parce que bah, ça vous prépare à l'examen final RNCP. Donc, même si l'examen final il sera en français, le fait de le faire en anglais, bon, de ce que j'ai compris, tous les cours ici sont en anglais. Donc, c'est une vraie force, une vraie plus-value, je trouve, par rapport aux autres écoles. Donc, et le fait de pouvoir s'exercer comme ça et de s'entraîner sur des projets en anglais, ça vous prépare encore plus. Et moi, je trouve ça génial. Franchement, rien à dire. Les projets étaient divers et variés. Il y a du travail, c'est qualitatif. Bravo à tous.
Merci beaucoup.
On pourra compter sur vous pour des prochaines sessions à l'avenir.
Avec grand plaisir.
Ok, mais merci à tous. Bravo encore. Le prochain, c'est en juillet, si je dis pas de bêtises.